It was a beautiful, cool evening at Melbourne Park for the fourth night of the Australian Open. But temperatures were rising on the court. There was drama, devastation and elation as the day's trend of top seed eliminations continued. An unexpected showdown on John Cain Arena saw the birth of a new Aussie hope as Alexei Popyrin knocked out 8th seed Taylor Fritz.
That's a big winner, and Popyrin for the second service game in a row having Fritz under pressure.
Popyrin's stamina has been his strength this tournament and he needed it for this match. Fritz took the first set in a tiebreaker before Popyrin did the same in the second. The atmosphere like a Thunderdome.
Popyrin, impressive, races through the tiebreaker.
An ankle injury in the third set didn't help the American, who was already under intense pressure. Popyrin closing out the third 6-4.
Well, that is a big set of tennis from Alexei Popyrin, and there are storm clouds brewing here at John Cain Arena.
The wildcard had the crowd on the edge of their seats with a match point in the fourth, but he lost the point and the set to Fritz in another extraordinary tiebreaker.
Fritz gets out of the fryer and lives to fight on.
He continued his streak in the fifth, a victory he'll never forget.
Popyrin prevails.
No one could have guessed how the clash between world number 2 Ons Jabeur and unseeded Marketa Vondrousova would play out. The Tunisian blindsided by the Czech, broken straight out of the gate.
Well, there is the break.
Jabeur, who played in 2 Grand Slam finals, became increasingly frustrated, closing only one game in the first set.
Beautifully weighted lob. Well, the second seed, the world number 2, goes a set down early.
But she fought back in the second, the two battling for the last remaining place in round 3.
Yeah, that's good.
Jabeur took the second set, 5-7.
3 set points, only needed one. And she's clawed her way back into this match.
But it didn't last long. She was steamrolled by the world number 86 in the decider.
It's a late night heist on Rod Laver Arena. And the world number 2, Ons Jabeur, exits in the second round. An upset.
For the first time in 21 years, the second seed in both the women and men's competitions have been wiped out in the first 2 rounds. 9-time Australian Open winner Novak Djokovic had a comfortable first set against Enzo Couacaud. The Frenchman was hampered by an ankle injury, winning only one game in the opener. The Serbian tennis legend's easy run came to a halt in the second, suffering from his own injury woes. Couacaud, ranked just 191, took home the second set. A huge moment for the 27-year-old in his first Australian Open. A rowdy spectator managed to get into Djokovic's head in the fourth.
You know who it is. The guy's drunk out of his mind. From the first point, he's been provoking. He's not here to watch tennis. He just wants to get in my head.
But he refocused and picked up his pace, keeping the underdog scoreless in the final set.
That's the way to punctuate the victory.
4th seed Caroline Garcia had a tough contest earlier on Rod Laver Arena, taking on young gun Leylah Fernandez in their first ever meeting. The Canadian 20-year-old caught a break in the first, but Garcia broke straight back, winning the opener in a tiebreaker.
The ace does it, and Garcia, the 4th seed, comes through the tiebreak.
The left-hander, ranked 40th, continued applying pressure in the second set, but the 29-year-old was too strong, winning 7-5.
The big serve does it again for Garcia. And the world number 4 is into the third round of the Australian Open.
In one of the many upsets of the night, German 12th seed Alexander Zverev was eliminated by a lucky loser from America. Michael Mmoh was knocked out in the qualifiers but scraped back in when one of the top seeds pulled out.
He's got it. That was too short on the approach. Gave Mmoh a chance.
Zverev got off to a good start, taking the first in a tiebreaker, but it was downhill from there for the German, who's recovering from injury.
That is the most amazing rally ever.
The world number 107 won the next 3, 6-4, 6-3, 6-2.
momentous. What a magnificent day here in Melbourne for Michael Mmoh.
For the first time in his career, he's through to the third round of a Grand Slam. Belinda Bencic was made to work hard to hold on to her spot by American Claire Liu, who pushed her to a tiebreaker in the opening set.
That's an hour and 8 minutes of frustration for Belinda.
But the Swiss picked up speed in the second, winning the match in straight sets.
Well, she was made to work for it tonight, Belinda Bencic.
And Danish sensation Holger Rune continued his impressive run on Kia Arena. The 9th seed teenager took home a straight sets win over American Maxime Cressy.
And he seals the deal, turns around, acknowledges his box.
Top-ranked Aussie Alex de Minaur was cheered on by his home crowd as he took on 34-year-old Frenchman Adrian Mannarino.
Oh, shot. What a get from Mannarino.
The left-hander brought some theatrics in the fourth.
No way. Oh, my goodness.
But his Australian Open hopes ended soon after. The 22nd seed Demon just too fierce.
A brilliant performance, an absorbing contest for the most part, and de Minaur prevails. He's through to the third round. Let's go!
And in a match that stretched until after 4 a.m, former world number 1 Andy Murray and Australian wildcard Thanasi Kokkinakis put on a spectacular showdown on Margaret Court Arena. The 22-year-old made the 3-time major champion sweat from the first set, closing it 6-4.
Little adulation rains down on Kokkinakis as he takes the opening set against Murray, 6-4.
The tennis legend becoming increasingly frustrated as world number 159 showed up time after time after time.
What a game. What a game that was from Kokkinakis.
Murray upped the pressure in the second but couldn't close the set.
He drops the anchor and he secures himself the second set.
A code violation set the Aussie off in the third.
You cannot call that when I'm waiting for a call out. I was there, I waited, he said something, I go again. You're just saying that because you felt bad about him.
With this rally straight after.
In Melbourne.
Kokkinakis was so close to winning in straight sets, but Murray made a comeback, snatching the third and fourth off him.
It's 3 a.m. in Melbourne and we're pulling an all-nighter.
The intense battle soon became the longest match either contender has ever played, the second longest in Australian Open history.
I mean, it's verging on the ludicrous how good it is at the moment.
After 5 hours and 43 minutes, Andy Murray sealed the match.
Andy Murray somehow masters Kokkinakis in the greatest comeback of his career, in the longest match of his career, and whatever you thought was impossible, he made possible tonight.